Welcome back to the campfire. Take a seat. Hope you're ready for another original horror tonight. If your blood runs cold, just get a little bit closer to the flames. You smell blood in the air. It wakes you from where you spent the day sleeping, nestled in the burrow under the sagebrush. You sniff the scent, and it excites you. Lights that fire deep in your bones, that need to eat. You salivate, and your heart rate quickens. The fire's roaring now. Eat what you can before something else gets to it first. You rise to your paws and shake off the dirt and the carpenter ants that have clung to your fur. You bow your muzzle to the dead pine needles on the forest floor and stretch. Yawn. Another shake, and you are fully awake. Night has come to the forest. You hear the owls hoot and the bats squeak, hear the foxes and the raccoons scampering. You even hear the distant grunting of a bear as it wades through a river, the same bear you've encountered often in this area. You hear everything. You smell everything. And something is terribly wrong. The fur at the base of your neck stands on end, and you tuck your tail between your hind legs. What is that scent you catch on the wind? It is not what you are used to, not the scent of the people who walk the trails in your woods. It is not the scent of any animal you have sniffed out before. There is no pack around you to give you courage. You do not have memories of days gone by, but there lingers a sense that you have lost something, that you need them to stand by your side right now. Yet, you are alone. Your ears perk up. You hear the tiny pattering of mice feet. Hear the bubbling of that stream the bear just splashed through. You hear the bear itself. You could even tell what sex it is by smell alone. Breathing hard, almost whimpering. A thrashing in the river. You hear the bear suddenly stop making these noises as a wet, tearing sound comes in. For a moment, you want to hide in the burrow again. But the blood has already awakened your hunger, and you do not recollect the last time you had food. The groaning in your stomach is on the verge of taking control of every thought you have. So out you go, to eat, if you can. You creep out of the bushes and walk beside the tall trees. You keep your head low to the ground and sniff. The heavy breathing of the bear has stopped. The scent of even more blood fills your nostrils. A growl almost escapes your throat, but something in you tells you to be quiet. You freeze. Listen. A branch snaps. It sounds as though the animal that broke it is bigger than the bear. What is that smell? Similar to the rotting carcass of the deer you found this morning. The one the crows danced around but wouldn't touch. You don't even try to catch them anymore, they're too fast. The deer was mostly bone when you got to it. Couldn't even gnaw on its marrow. The stink of rot had so filled it. From whatever had killed it. The scent was not the deer's. It belongs to whatever you hear now, climbing a nearby tree. You hear the scuff of bark being scratched, the rustling of branches, the scent of sweat and rot and something sour. So sour even you would not eat it. You keep low to the ground and stalk your way down to the river, following the scent of blood, keeping your distance from the scent of rot, which has moved away from the river for now. The first thing you see is the bear lying in the river, not moving. Cautiously, you approach it. It does not move. You nudge its massive hide with your nose. It still does not move. You walk around its girth to where the head should be, but it is not there. Something has ripped the bear in half. All that is left is the lower half of its body. The upper half is nowhere nearby. The blood is overpowering to you, driving you mad. You go to tear off a piece of the meat that you see right in front of you. The smell repels you, but you must eat. But when you lick it, you instantly recoil. The meat is sour, but the sourness doesn't come from the bear itself, but from whatever has killed it, whatever has polluted it with its touch. Now you growl, all hair on end. Furiously you sniff at the air. Anger boils inside you that you cannot touch this meat. You are starving and need it. Even the hide, far from where the bear has been torn, is also sour. You drink in some of the river, and it helps to take away the foulness of the meat on your tongue. You leave the bear behind and search for other food. This need has even made you forget the thing climbing in the trees. You cannot smell it now, nor do you hear it. What you hear is the rabbit breathing as it sleeps just below your feet in its hole. You can smell them and hear all four of them. You cock your head to the ground and pinpoint exactly where they are. Sniff at the dirt, following their scent, and then you find the hole. You dive in, dig at the dirt and force your gaunt body into the den. You don't find rabbits there. There are more tunnels branching off in different directions from where you broke in. Their scent and the sound of their scratching are coming from all the holes, from all directions. You cannot pinpoint where they are. They seem to be everywhere and nowhere. You dig until you can no longer push forward. You need to breathe and pull your body out. You shake off the dirt. Hear the scratching under the dirt. They are down there, but you cannot lock in exactly where. This has distracted you from the thing climbing in the trees, the thing that smells of rot. You can smell it now. It floods your body and becomes you, forces you to focus on immediate survival. The rabbits took your attention off of it, but now the rot scent takes it away from them. It is right above you. Your muscles tense and your eyes grow wide. You breathe in the world and all its movement. It is one with you and you with it. Something jumps down from the trees. You sprint away. It misses you and caves in the rabbit den. You see them scamper out of the destruction and off into the woods. You do not care about them right now. You focus your attention on the threat in front of you. You cannot focus on what it looks like, except that it is much, much larger than you are. Much larger than the hikers that frequent this part of the woods, and even bigger than the bears that you often run across. That is the only physical feature that concerns you. What captures your attention the most, though, is its smell. It is the scent of death, of carcasses too old to eat, of meat that kills. You can even sense its intent. It means to eat you. You bare your teeth and stand your ground. Growling, you feel fear fill every nerve in your body. The thing dives at you, much like you dove at the rabbits. But you are faster than it. You run away, sprint into the sagebrush. You hear it running through the bushes behind you. The smell grows heavier. The scent is so pervasive that it cloaks exactly where the thing is. It could be right at your heels or far away. You hear it as it jumps up into the trees overhead. Still, you run faster. It drops from the trees ahead of you and crushes the rock it lands on. Pivoting right causes your hind legs to slip, and its teeth almost catch your paws. You scramble and find your grip. You escape it and keep running. Your instinct tells you to howl and call your pack. But you are alone. There are no others to help you. So you run, feeling weak. You are too hungry and too weak to keep this up. You will die if you keep running. Some part of you is aware of this. Still, those heavy feet stomp through branches and bushes and push aside small trees, and it is now gaining on you. There is no choice. Run. Something smacks into your backside, and you tumble over and roll across the dirt. You yelp. Get on your feet. Turn and face the rotting thing. You are limping now, and running is no longer an option. You feel so weak, but the only other option is death. It is tall and it is big. You see it bare its teeth in the same way the hikers do with theirs when they make sounds at each other. With them, you sense calm affection. With the rotting thing before you, you sense immense danger. There is no choice but to fight now. You are frothing at the mouth as you growl and bark and yip. You even let out a howl, the one you've been holding in for longer than you can remember. The rotting thing lunges at you. You jump forward and sink your teeth into it. It tastes rancid, and you almost flee from the sourness of its flesh. But something in you tells you to not let go. You sink your teeth even deeper and do not let go, even as it lifts you off the ground and swings you back and forth, even as it slams you into the ground. You hold on until you can do so no longer. You release its flesh and crawl back against a tree, whimpering, unable to stand. It is over. It opens its mouth wide and you see the many teeth, sharper than yours. You hear sounds coming from its throat, similar to those hikers you heard last week, similar to the crying of the bear by the river. It makes the sounds of many lives caught in the moment of their deaths. Then you hear howling, coming in from all directions. Even through the stench of the rotting thing, you can smell them, a scent you haven't smelled in so long. Some dormant part of you awakens and you howl back. The rotting thing leaves you and faces the other wolves, who are now standing in the clearing, who are now leaping onto the rotting thing and tearing at its sour flesh. The rotting thing flings 2 of them off, but 3 more dive in and rip at it. You rise to your shaking feet and bare your teeth. You jump in and tear out a chunk of its blackened flesh and spit it to the ground. The rotting thing roars, something louder than a bear, louder than the screaming things of round paws that race down the stone forest floor. It roars. You return it with your own growls, as do the rest. They all surround it. It jumps into the trees and flees. Soon, the rotting scent leaves you until it is not as strong. It still lingers, and you could follow the rotting thing if you desired, yet you will not. A wolf approaches you with its head held low. You flatten yourself to the dirt and roll on your back. There is no fight left in you. The other wolf sniffs at you, licks the wound on your hind legs. It hurts, but comforts you at the same time. She nuzzles you. You get to your feet. The other wolves come in and brush their fur against your face. They accept you. Stress leaves you. Even the pain in your leg fades. You walk with them back to their den with their pups hiding inside. You smell the carcass of a deer nearby, mostly picked clean, but not sour. You look at the others for permission, and they do not nip at you. You tear off the meat and eat. You are safe. You fill your shrunken belly. You are with them now. You are not alone.